man, how we doing? Great people, man. I am so excited for you today. Man. It is another episode on the TSLE WLI. And if you don't know what I stand for, then guess what? You better stand by. Teon, Singletary Leadership Department Weekly Life Inspiration. Are you ready to be empowered? Are you ready to be inspired? Are you ready to allow your greatness to shine here today? I am the motivator of excellence. So you better go tell somebody because we're about to have a great time here today. And man, we have a jam-packed episode for you here today that I gotta tell you, man, it's gonna be an amazing time together here today. Um, Man, it just amazed me how life is, and that you have the opportunity to learn something new every single day. Every day you wake up and you open up your eyes and you put your feet on solid ground, you have an opportunity to be positive or to be negative. You have the opportunity to learn something new, or you just be stagnant in life. Don't learn nothing. Be like zombie, just going through the world, just doing the basic old things over and over again, just in this rat race. But I'm just so thankful that there's a thing called self-development and personal development where you have the ability to grow yourself and become the person that you are designed, that you are called to become on this earth. And today, I just gotta say, we have a treat for you today, my friends. We have a treat for you today. We have an author, a veteran, a nonprofit founder, a mother, a mental health PTSD expert with us today. Simone Swartz, please come on the camera with me and then get this conversation going. I am just so ready to hear your
Hey,
story.
Teon.
How
Thank
you
you so
doing?
much for having me. Thank you. What
My
I
pleasure.
salute you.
I salute you too.
Yes, thank you so
Man,
much.
no problem at
It's
all. No
it's
problem
an
at
honor
all.
to be with another veteran. So this is special. Like you said, this is a treat. Thank you.
Awesome. Now, since you say that, just go ahead and share a little bit about yourself and who you are so everyone can get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah, so I'm Simone Swartz. I am an Army veteran turned PTSD advocate. I founded one of the first nonprofits to give service dogs to sexual assault PTSD survivors. Now I have written a book, and my bigger mission, since exiting the nonprofit, is to spread the message that PTSD, one, is treatable, and two, can come from other forms of trauma on top of combat. So, like myself, I'm a military sexual trauma survivor, and that's where I got my PTSD. There's combat in American streets that you can get PTSD from. So, although combat is the most talked about form of PTSD, the symptoms are the same, and for a lot of them, and so the solutions are the same. So no matter how you got your PTSD,
Mm,
there are solutions to living a happy, healthy life,
mm,
and that's what I've been called on to share and to make my life's mission.
wow.
So.
Thank you for sharing that, Simone. About
Yeah.
that PTSD can become from any source in all different type of social ways where you can be able to know about it. But let's talk a little bit more about that. I know that you
Sure.
have a book that's newly been released, right? Uh,
Yes.
so tell us a little bit about the book and about your experience and how you have navigated through your PTSD.
So the book is called PTSD and What Helped Me. And I also have a workbook, an accompanying workbook that goes along with the book, because I feel that just learning the steps, and I've made it very simple because most of the books out there on PTSD are written by doctors, written by medical professionals that haven't lived through PTSD. So they're spoken in, medical jargon and can be pretty complex sometimes. So my book is written in a step-by-step, very easy way. It's not a memoir. I don't have gory details in it. I just have the steps that you need to take to overcome your PTSD symptoms. And the journaling, of course, with you writing it, it's a physical act and it's an art act, and it gets different areas of your brain going when you write. So it concretes, turns your solutions concrete. So I just did the workbook, and people are really enjoying that. So however you learn, the audio book or the book itself or journaling, that's going to be wonderful for PTSD, because PTSD is serious. Okay, it's very serious, and we hear a lot about that so many soldiers take their life every day, but
Mm,
we don't hear enough about the solutions. And so that's why I was also compelled to not go into gory details about my trauma, but to just focus on the solutions.
nice, nice. Thank you for sharing that. And
Yeah,
just to let everybody know that we are not speaking on behalf of the government or speaking on behalf of the military service. We are speaking
right.
on our experience and from our own personal opinions, so that that is
That's
clear.
right. Right. And yeah, this is just advice from one veteran, and this is how I wrote the book, from my own perspective.
Mm,
I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I'm somebody who's walked through and made it on the other side. Okay, and it wasn't an easy walk, and it wasn't a quick walk. I don't like that there's a lot of things out there that are selling you a quick fix to
mm,
to huge problems, right?
yeah,
Huge
yeah.
emotional trauma. PTSD recovery is a long journey,
Mm,
but it's you're able to get there,
yep.
right? It's not a life. It doesn't have to be a life sentence. It
Uh,
really doesn't. And that was another reason I said, wow, I took 20 years to find these solutions. It took me, before AI, before all the, Google was so readily available.
uh-huh.
And I said, well, why don't I just make a book that's easy, direct to the point, and has got all these steps.
Mm,
So it's an easy thing to find, and because even to today, there's not so many steps easily found, because people are promoting, either pharmaceuticals
mhm,
or just counseling.
mhm,
It kind of
mhm,
goes back to like the business model.
mhm,
And whereas I am, a veteran who's tried multiple areas of things, I can comment and say, this worked for me, this helped me, this might not have been so effective for me, but it helped a friend.
mhm.
So I'm because my scope of practice,
Yeah.
is very wide.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm able to transcend and give a lot of advice on different kind of therapies. And like I say, FDA approved or non-FDA approved. Um, to find a solution to a huge problem such as PTSD, you're going to have to take a lot of like you're saying, self-improvement steps. It's
Mm,
not going to happen overnight.
mm,
It's not going to be one and done. And you might have to try multiple things
mm,
to actually find what works for you.
mm,
So you're gonna have to put in effort to get to your happy place, your healing, your place where you have succeeded in what you want to do, whatever that looks like to you. For a while, that was just me getting out of bed every day, holding a job that I like going to, that I felt safe in, finding a job that I was comfortable in. But
Wow.
you know,
Okay.
now my goals have gone from getting out of bed every day to now I want a TED talk. Now I want to speak in front of, millions of people, because recovery is possible. So that's been my journey, over almost 20 years now. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. There's so many ways how I want to go after this because like you sharing some personal, authentic experience and what you see about PTSD for yourself. So
Yeah.
uh, you share that you have steps in the book that people can
Yeah.
take for PTSD, and I am a steps type of guy. So
Okay,
that
good.
speaks to me a lot about that.
Yeah.
You can be able to have one, two, three, four, five, A, B, C, D. These are the things you can try. These are things that you can do. And again, like you said, it may not work for you. However, if you continue to try different ways, different things, you may find a thing that does work for your trauma, for your issue at hand.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that you have a book that you took the time to write a book. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
celebration right there. Because most people have an idea to write a book but never do it. Most people want
Right, right. Well,
but never do it.
God was
That's good.
on my back. I will tell you, this was, this whole journey has not been something that I necessarily wanted to do, even the nonprofit,
Uh,
right? How I started the nonprofit was I made one GoFundMe post, trying to raise money for this idea I had,
uh,
because again, they had service dogs for combat veterans,
uh, uh,
but not for sexual assault survivors. And
uh,
I thought, why not,
uh,
And so I made the post and honestly, hoping that nobody would see it and that, okay, I could say I tried and that would be it. But the post got the news, and then I was like, oh wow, now I have to actually do this. Um, so just like the book, right? It's like, okay, now
uh-huh.
I wrote the book. Oh, now God, now you want me to publish it? Now I have to get online and talk about it? Wait,
What is this?
Yeah. So it's just a testament to show you that
Uh,
if you're in the thick of PTSD, self-medicating with negative things, either overeating, over drinking, anything else, or just self-harm behavior, just telling yourself that you can't ever get out of your PTSD shell, or
yeah.
you're bound to be disabled for the rest of your
Uh,
life.
wow.
That, if you keep on pressing, like the military taught us to never give up, that
That's it.
if your solution, you're looking for solutions for PTSD, you will find them if you
Mm,
keep going. And then, yeah, years later, you will be like, wow, I look at this. You know what I mean? Like look at the progress I've made.
yeah,
So
exactly. Ex-
it doesn't have to, it does not have to be a life-threatening illness.
mm,
We need to change the narrative 1,000% on that.
wow.
Life can get better, and it will. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You
Yeah.
you spoke, I heard it multiple times already, resiliency. Like, how
Yeah.
important is resiliency to you?
Well, it's been a taught thing, I will say, because again, if you ask me 20 years ago, I would have had a much more
Wow.
negative, like I don't want to keep going, right? I don't want to be resilient. I'm tired. I'm, I'm damaged, physically, mentally. I don't want to go on.
Mm,
So, but now, right now, because of my hard work and because I've been able to take that time to heal and take care and rest, now I feel like, yeah, resiliency is what keeps me going.
Mm,
right? That, okay, I have a message to share. I have a reason to get up every day,
mm,
to not have somebody go through what I did for so long.
mm.
But until you really do the self-healing, you might not want to get better, and I think that's the crux of PTSD, is that, people need a break. People need the right mental health
Yes,
care, the right
yes,
physical medical care, the
yeah,
right community support,
yeah.
um, to actually get to that point where you want to keep going.
Mm,
So, and that's what I talk about too, is that PTSD, my approach to PTSD is a whole health, a whole human
mm.
approach, which differs from a lot of the Western things that's being talked about, that it's just mental. No, I believe that PTSD is mental, physical, spiritual,
All the above.
and
Yeah,
financial.
yeah, yeah.
So my
Wow.
approach is a whole human approach, because if you don't have the money to get health care, you're gonna choose the healthcare you can afford, which could
Mm,
probably, is a six pack every night or something, so uh so
okay.
so money, unfortunately, um has to be, talked about in healing from PTSD, but also the community support,
Support.
getting
That's it.
outside of your
Yeah.
head, and
Yes.
in the community,
Yeah.
as well as getting counseling and working through it mentally. But then there's a big physical aspect too. Our body, our muscles have muscle memory from trauma.
Mm,
So your body, holds tension and holds negativity or positivity. So, to really heal yourself, you've got to do some physical exercise to release the tension in your muscles from years of trauma. Yeah.
wow, man, I appreciate what you just did there. How you just share and what is needed, the holistic approach of the matter, and then some
Yeah.
of the things that you have to do. You share some insights on what you can do to help with those, like you said, with the muscles tension from stress and the trauma.
Yeah.
Exercising really helps out with that process. So, man, that thank you for sharing that. Visit our website at www.teonsingletary.com to learn more about what we do. Again, that is www.teonsingletary.com. We want to see you succeed in life. Are you ready? I mean,
I'm here to help. That's what I'm giving you all the sauce. I'm giving your viewers all the sauce today, and I really do hope it lands on the right ears, so that people do know that PTSD is treatable and they have hope. And that was a big reason I wrote the book too, is that if I had hope 20 years ago, it
wow.
it, it would have been a whole different story.
Yes.
Um, but if you don't have that hope and you don't have the right resources, it's very easy to
Yep.
to decline, or
Yep.
just to
Yep.
stay in a negative, unhealthy spot.
Yep. You're
Yeah.
right. Right.
Because trauma doesn't make you stronger. Okay, it really doesn't. It makes you angry. It gives you tight muscle. It gives you a lot of health problems
Mhm.
on top of mental health problems. So that's why you have to really put your focus as, I'm going to be resilient, like you're saying, and really I'm going to recover from this, and then you're stronger. Okay, but the strength doesn't come from the trauma. It comes from you putting in the work into yourself and
Wow.
finding what helps to yourself. So it's not just, I'm going to think positive from now on.
Mm.
That's kind of something that's been bothering me too, that people, it's just the mental health is just think positive. Well, that's you have to work through it, like I said, on mental and physical levels, so you're comfortable to feel safe, and to feel stronger.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Thank you for sharing your insights and your
Of course.
perspective on that matter. Now, so just to dig a little bit more deeper as we go with the conclusion of this amazing episode. If someone is listening right now that have PTSD, do you have any additional insights that you already shared, but any additional insights that can help them navigate through it?
So I would say, please go to Amazon, go to my website, grab the book, grab the workbook. I made it very simple, and I have list, a whole chapter of all, almost, I would say 99% of all therapies available today that you can just choose from. Okay, and see what you would like to choose. So Eastern medicine, Western medicine, like I said, FDA approved, not FDA approved. You're going to have to find something. And the way, again, if you just search it on the internet, it's just leading you. There's not a complete list,
Mm,
right? Because of the scope of practice. So
yeah.
that's why my book is very important, is because there's a whole list of every therapy available. And I would just say, to what you can do today is to do something physical before you book your counseling appointment, before you go get acupuncture or Reiki, or
Okay.
EMDR therapy. You need to start doing physical activity, taking a walk, going to the gym, going back to a push-up. Maybe, try 20 push-ups a day. Can you do 20 push-ups anymore?
Yeah.
But that that's something that you can do. And obviously exercise releases serotonin,
Mm-hmm.
releases dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
nature, that's God and
Yep.
nature's
Yep.
natural antidepressant.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's why it's so important. And if you just do exercise and don't do therapy and don't work mentally through your trauma, that's no good either. So
Okay.
you'll have to combine the physical, which you, like I said, you can do today, and then work on at your own pace the mental aspect in a therapy, or in journaling,
Yeah.
however it works best for you. So,
Awesome.
so
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Simone. And just
No,
to
thank you.
add to more on that, there is an organization that's called Low Country Veterans Group here in the Georgetown, Horry County area, Waynesboro County area in South Carolina, where
Okay.
we help veterans to be able to disabled veterans or any veterans that have any issues or been, doesn't matter how many year of service. If you are a veteran, you need help for you getting your disability, or you need support, or you need therapy. We also have that at the site. You can reach
Great.
out to us, and then we can be able to support you with that. And I will probably share the link to the Low Country Veterans group in the description as well. So if there's anyone that's in the area here, you can reach out and then be able to find that support here. So again, Simona,
That's great.
thank you,
That's
thank you,
amazing.
thank you. Yes, it is, it is, it is.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up, please share. You already shared the valleys already, right? Right. So don't worry about the valleys.
Yeah.
We understand everything already.
Did I just tell the world that,
But
it's okay.
let's share a peak, a high peak in your life that's been a great success, something that you can celebrate and we can celebrate with you.
Mm. Wow. God has blessed me with many in my life, with
Mm,
many. From just waking up today and to wanting, I would say just wanting to wake up, from
mm,
being at a point where I thought my life was over
mm,
at I was at 23, getting out of the military,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, and God's blessed me with 3 beautiful children, and
Mm-hmm.
God's blessed me with um, an ability to get over my fear of public speaking and be able to share my story. And in turn, it's helped me,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
This could be a selfish reason where this helps my healing. This gives me reason to keep going every day. And that's what PTSD survivors need to find, is their reason, because God did keep them here another day for a reason. And that's what I say, that if you're
Wow.
here living and breathing another day, then you do have a reason to live. So don't let PTSD win. It is treatable.
Yeah.
And that is it. I'm so grateful for every day. So,
All right.
and
Let's
just
celebrate
that.
that. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I was
Yes.
gonna say, listen, because PTSD is so serious,
Yes.
just being able to be alive, right,
Yes.
and have
Yes.
this PTSD is it can be a severe illness. So
Yeah.
it is a blessing to have a reason to want to wake up every day,
Mm,
and everybody can get to that point.
mm,
Everybody, it doesn't matter what trauma you've been through, you have to believe that. And thank you for letting me share this
yes.
message,
Yes.
and get this out,
Yes.
because a lot of the media likes to share not so positive messages, right? So let's share the positive, because there's a
Yes.
lot to be
Yes.
positive about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if there's anyone that's been listening and you want to connect with Simone, Simone, please share with them how they can be able to reach out to you.
Yeah, please reach out to me on my website, www.ptsdandwhathelpedme.com. It's the name of my book spelled out. And there's a contact form. I would love to work with you. I'm here, as this is my form of service, right? So please reach out to me on my website. I'm available for coaching. I'm available for speaking engagements, and that's where you can find the link to my book and workbook. So, and my other
Awesome.
interviews. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, make sure you go to that website. It's in the description too as well. So there's no excuse that you didn't know. She told you and it's in the description. So I don't want to hear that excuse. The excuses has been removed out of the equation. Now, if you are listening and she share about finding a reason to live and a purpose, now, I'm going to share you with you 3 questions, everyone, that you can ask yourself to help you to formulate your purpose in life. The 3 questions are: what do you dream about? What do you sing about? And what do you cry about? When you answer those 3 questions, it's going to help you to somewhat discover what that purpose is for your life. And then you can be able to start going after that. And as you live, you have the ability, the opportunity to continue to reshape that purpose, right? Until it gets where it needs to be. Look, I've been doing this since 2012. And I finally is very clear with my purpose now and today. It took me a very long time to get there. Like she said, it doesn't happen overnight. So stop looking for instant gratification. Work for what you want. Have the resiliency of a lion and a lioness to go after your dreams, goals, and visions. Okay, everyone, I love you, and guess what? There's nothing, and I mean nothing, you can do about it. Take care. Blessings. How are you doing, great people? It is your boy, Coach Teon Singletary, the host of the TSLE WLI. And if you don't know what that stands for, then guess what? You better stand by. Teon Singletary Leadership Empowerment, weekly live inspiration. Here to empower you, here to inspire you, here to help you reach your greatness. Why? Because you are greatness made from greatness. Subscribe to the podcast right now and share with a friend. This podcast is designed to help you reach your full potential. I will provide you special trainings for you and we'll have guest speakers to inspire you. All you have to do is join me. As Executive Director of the John Maxwell team and one of the prodigies of the Les Brown Power Voice Academy, I will provide you the ingredients that you need to make your success story. And the greatest story ever told is your story. We just have to do what my mentor, my friend John Maxwell says. We have to live intentionally. Subscribe to the podcast right now and share with a friend. Will you join me as we change our world together? Visit the website at www.teonsingletary.com for your free gift. Continue to be great in you and be great in the things that God has inspired you to be, do, and have in this thing we call life. Coach Teon Singletary signing off. Thank you for listening to this episode. I pray and hope that it provided you the ingredients you need to live your best life with excellence.